Well, can I provide dinner with such a small layout? Two collies, I believe they're Osmere. They're just starting to open a touch, but clean, no slugs, no caterpillars. Cabbage, which I believe was supposed to be Spring Hero. I thought Spring Hero was a ball head. God knows what that one is. Couple of heads from Calabrese. Keep the daughter happy. And of course, I like the kohlrabi. They're white delicacies. So all in all, I'm happy with what I'm getting to pick up now. Last week I managed to get some white turnips, Tokyo Cross, and some early carrots, and a collie on last week's dinner. I put more collies in than I thought. So I've now got to consider repotting my onions, Ailsie, and they are now coming leaps and bounds. See, I'm not worried about people who start them early, because it's a case of softly, softly, catchy bonky. Just take my time, let the plant do the work. And I've looked underneath the pots, the roots are starting to come through, and I'm going to catch them before they start losing any of the lush green growth. So that's my next job. Right guys, Friday the 13th. Unlucky bit some. I don't give a monkeys. Right, it's going to have to be another update on my onions. I would like to get outside very soon, very near future, and have an update of the deep beds. It's long overdue. But for the onions, it's cheap compost obviously, but like I said in my last video, one of my recent videos anyway, the trouble is you put it in a pot, the first time it shows signs of drying out, it dries like bell metal. Really pans. So I've gone the whole hog here. I've got a plant pot 2/3 full of the compost, and I put the rest of the third with perlite. Sounds extreme, but it's got to be for this compost. But I also put half one of these scoops of bloodfish and bone in, but it won't last forever, so any more feeds will be with seaweed extract. So I'll get my pot started before I put the plant in. Okay, back in a minute. I should have cleaned a bit more off my staging. Never mind, make the best of a bad thing. But I left the pot inside when I refilled it, so it wouldn't collapse in on itself. So that's for the new onion. Yes, you can see them, the roots clearly out the bottom. And in. What I did do off screen, I found a block of cocoa coir, so I soaked that and I put 5 scoops in with the mix, the total mix. There's nothing in the pot there yet. will help keep it loose. Now, these sticks are ideal for these perfect for them. So what I've done, I actually taped two together, get the height, because one isn't enough. I want to get the height. Make sure it's the same plan I've got. Didn't have another one. There's now time to put two on. Now, last time you saw these are about an inch on the bottom. Now, this looks closer to 3 inches. And I'm not concerned because there's another 2 months to grow yet. So, what's this? Oh, a ladybird larvae. Right, that's the first one done. Just wants a watering. And don't forget, these are still in the polytunnel. Duncan lost most of his, if not all. Now I've got to try and avoid that. But what I don't like to see is the little flies hatching out in this compost, make a meal of the roots. I think I'll put a layer of either poly vermiculite or perlite around the top, keep them at bay. But I'll get it watered first. I'll come back when I've got them all done. Well, that's my onions potted up. This one here, oh, you can't see it on screen now, it must be around about 4 inches round. But it's only June, just short of mid-June. Still another 2 months to grow yet. So I'm waiting for the outcome of these. I would like to see what they actually reach. Everything's going great this year. Even the tomatoes. Well, last year, this height, 4 foot from the compost, was my first truss. That's my third truss. Fourth truss just shown. Proof. Hey up. Try and keep everything going. There we go. First truss. Well, like I was saying earlier, it might seem an extreme putting all that into the mix, but the problem is these cheap composts now, if they're dry out in the pot, they really do pan. I wanted vermiculite, I've waited all day for delivery. I remembered I had some of the other stuff in the bloody shed, so I've used that. But the vermiculite won't waste, it's a fine idea of a seed compost next spring. But also, like I said, it's only, we're not mid-June yet. There's another, at least another 2 months growth. I mean, what was the mix? Worked out about half a pot of the actual pot and compost. No, 2/3 compost. A third, what the hell is it? Yeah, brain fog. The other third of the pot was perlite. But I also found a cocoa coir brick. So I soaked that down. Got nice and fine. And I put a few scoops of that in the mix to help stop it caking up. A nice loose soap and compost. And a bit of blood, fish and bone for now. Because for the amount of compost that went in, there won't be that much feed to last too long. And I don't expect the blood, fish and bone to last too long either. Not the way it's throwing roots out now. Or the way they're throwing roots out, I should say. But my favourite go-to is the seaweed extract. So that's what I'll be doing with them. They'll have a seaweed extract where the tomatoes, cucumbers, they have tomarite. Or whatever equivalent there is I've got. So all in all, things are growing well now. So I'm sorry, Pete. This is Pete Trenmouth. I promised to get a video out before now, but unfortunately I've got to wait till the music stops. And some days even where my daughter goes out for the night, because her music is terrible. Just not my taste, full stop. But other than that, I've actually had my first cucumber off today. Before I even got the camera out. I didn't realise it was hiding. But for some reason I've got 2 cucumber plants. One's producing the cukes and the other one's all female. I've got a spare one there, a couple of spare ones. I might throw this all male one away. It's doing us no good, it's just taking up space. And the last thing I want them to do is to crossbreed or to pollinate the good one. So I think that'll go and be replaced. But I said on the tomatoes this year, everything prosperous, low down, and a good set of fruit. The flowers set. Normally you can get about 9 or 10 flowers first truss, and you get about 3 or 4 that set. I've had a good set, so I'm happy about that. Actually, it'll take a lot to make us unhappy. What happens, happens. You know, you got to take the rough with the smooth. And I've started in the deep beds, which I hope to have 2 of the deep beds before long. And the garlic, beautiful, beautiful. I've just dug one out today. Because they've got nice thick stems, no rust. I thought I'll dig one up just to satisfy my curiosity. And yes, I was right. In fact, I'll show. I'm going to pick them. I'm going to dig them up, or 1 or 2, not all of them. And I'll show you the outrow. Okay. So until next time, guys. Take care. See you again.